Solving the Earth's environmental challenges, see the description for the timeline. Global warming poses an urgent threat, demanding swift action towards renewable energy sources and improved energy efficiency. Transitioning to solar, wind, and hydropower reduces reliance on fossil fuels, cutting down greenhouse gas emissions significantly. Deforestation not only contributes to climate change, but also devastates biodiversity. Promoting sustainable forestry practices alongside reforestation efforts can restore damaged ecosystems, enhance carbon sequestration, and maintain the balance of nature's intricate systems. Air pollution, a pervasive health hazard, necessitates the adoption of stricter emission standards. Developing clean, sustainable transportation options, such as electric vehicles and public transit systems, can significantly lessen urban smog and improve air quality. Water scarcity is a growing concern, exacerbated by climate change and population growth. Investing in water-saving technologies and improving irrigation methods in agriculture can lead to significant water conservation, ensuring availability for future generations. Ocean acidification, a less visible but equally grave issue, threatens marine life and ecosystems. By reducing CO2 emissions and implementing conservation efforts to protect marine biodiversity, we can mitigate the silent crisis and preserve the ocean's health. Tackling plastic pollution requires a multifaceted approach. Encouraging recycling efforts, reducing the use of plastic items, and developing biodegradable alternatives are crucial steps. These actions not only mitigate waste, but also protect our ecosystems from harm. The loss of biodiversity is a pressing global issue. Establishing protected areas and supporting wildlife conservation initiatives can safeguard various species from extinction. Such measures ensure the preservation of our planet's genetic diversity and ecological balance. Soil erosion poses a significant threat to agricultural productivity and environmental health. Employing soil conservation techniques and promoting sustainable agriculture practices can prevent degradation. This approach maintains soil fertility and supports food security for future generations. Overfishing has depleted fish stocks and disrupted marine ecosystems. By enforcing sustainable fishing practices and establishing marine protected areas, we can ensure the long-term viability of fish populations. This strategy also preserves the biodiversity of our oceans. Chemical pollution from pesticides affects both human health and the environment. Banning harmful pesticides and promoting organic farming methods can reduce toxic exposure and enhance the sustainability of agricultural practices. This shift supports healthier ecosystems and communities. Urban sprawl, a relentless expansion of cities, consumes precious green spaces, disrupting ecosystems and increasing dependency on automobiles. Encouraging smart city planning and developing green infrastructure can mitigate these impacts, fostering communities where nature and urban life coexist harmoniously. Waste management stands as a critical challenge in our growing consumer society. By improving recycling programs and investing in waste-to-energy technologies, we can significantly reduce the environmental footprint of our disposable culture, turning waste into a resource rather than a burden. Climate change, the defining issue of our time, demands a unified global response. Advocating for stringent emission reduction targets and supporting robust climate adaptation strategies can safeguard our planet for future generations, ensuring a stable and healthy environment. The depletion of the ozone layer poses a serious risk to human health and ecosystems. Phasing out ozone-depleting substances and promoting the use of safer alternatives are essential steps in protecting this vital shield that guards the Earth against harmful ultraviolet radiation. Acid rain, a corrosive blight stemming from air pollution, wreaks havoc on forests, lakes, and streams. Reducing emissions of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide by transitioning to cleaner energy sources can halt the damage and restore the natural balance of affected ecosystems. Combating desertification involves sustainable land management practices that restore degraded land and prevent further erosion. Measures include afforestation, controlled grazing, and improved water management to maintain the health of the soil and its productivity. Noise pollution not only disrupts human life, but also affects wildlife. Implementing noise control measures such as sound barriers and regulations on noise levels, alongside the development of quiet zones, can significantly reduce its impact. Light pollution obscures our view of the stars and disrupts ecosystems. Adopting dark sky policies and utilizing energy-efficient, directed lighting solutions can minimize light spill and help preserve the natural night environment for both people and wildlife. Invasive species threaten biodiversity by outcompeting native species for resources. Effective biosecurity measures can prevent their introduction, while supporting native species, restoration efforts ensures the preservation and resilience of local ecosystems. Invasive species pose a significant threat to native wildlife and ecosystems. Implementing stringent biosecurity measures can curb their spread. Supporting restoration initiatives for native species further ensures the resilience of our natural habitats. Groundwater pollution poses a significant risk to drinking water supplies and ecosystems. Regulating industrial discharge and promoting sustainable water use practices can protect this vital resource, ensuring clean water for future generations. Groundwater, a crucial source of fresh water, faces contamination from industrial activities. Regulating industrial discharge and promoting sustainable water use practices can safeguard this vital resource, ensuring clean water for future generations. Habitat destruction, driven by unchecked land use, calls for strict enforcement of conservation laws. Land use planning and habitat conservation efforts are essential to preserve the biodiversity that remains in our rapidly changing world. Endangered species rely on our commitment to their survival. Conservation breeding programs and robust anti-poaching laws can provide a lifeline to these species, ensuring they continue to play their roles in the ecosystem. Ecosystem collapse represents a crisis point from which recovery is immensely challenging. Investing in ecosystem restoration and supporting biodiversity research are critical steps towards reversing the damage and preventing future collapses. Thermal pollution, a lesser-known but impactful environmental issue, arises when industries discharge hot water or coolants into natural water bodies. This sudden change can severely disrupt aquatic ecosystems. Implementing regulations on these discharges can mitigate its harmful effects. Nuclear waste poses a daunting challenge due to its long-term radioactivity. Developing secure, sustainable storage solutions is crucial. This involves investing in technologies that ensure the safe encapsulation and isolation of waste from the environment. The widespread use of pesticides has led to significant pollution, affecting both land and water ecosystems. Encouraging the adoption of integrated pest management techniques can dramatically reduce reliance on chemical pesticides, fostering a healthier environment. Despite the growing acknowledgement of renewable energy's importance, barriers like high initial costs and lack of infrastructure hinder its adoption. Subsidizing renewable projects while phasing out fossil fuel subsidies could accelerate the transition. Sustainable transportation systems are key to reducing urban pollution and combating climate change. Promoting the use of electric vehicles, enhancing public transit, and developing cycling infrastructure can lead to more livable cities with cleaner air. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to us for more ecological tips, tricks, and benefits.